In this video, we'll take a look at Kohera3D Ultimate, where we have a new feature that's in beta at the moment that is for planar construction. So I'd like to show you that with these electrical boxes. This is Rm36. So what I'm going to do is click a point on the top of this electrical box, and under Models, Planar Construction, and we'll click Plane from Seed Point. And you see we get a planar fit to the top of that electric box. So I'm going to give this a name, and I'll just call it P1. Tab out and click Accept, and then assign it to a folder. Okay, so let's do the front of this electric box. We'll just do the same thing, click Planar Construction, and try the plane from seed point. And that gives us a plane fit to the front. Call that P2, accept, save that in our plane fits folder. And let's move over to the next one. Okay, this is going pretty simple. Now there are some features that are still to be desired, and we're working on those at the moment. Let's do the front here. Okay. So here's a good instance where we don't have a full planar fit to the front panel here. So what we can do at this point is click near the edge, and we can extend, and that gives us our fit. So we'll call this one P4. Click Accept. And there's another way to make these planar fits, and I'm hoping to find an area that does that where I need to use that particular feature. So for now, we'll just go ahead and continue. Planar construction, plane from seed point. Okay, so this might be a good example to use where the plane fit actually extends past this edge. So what I'm going to do at this point is just go ahead and click this X here to cancel. You can also press Ctrl Z on your keyboard. And I'm going to choose Select from Seed Point. What that will do is select the points on this plane to create a planar fit from. So we can see here, let's these cyan points are a little bit hard to see here. Let's move over to selected. This area here is part of the next panel. So let's switch back for a moment, and let's grab some points back here. Okay, again, we can see a selection taking place of the one next to it, but let's just go ahead and continue to select some points. And this is my favorite feature, is the select from seed point. So I'm going to switch over to selected, and then what we can do here is switch over to our tools, such as the polygon, and we can remove the data that we don't want to include in that selection. So basically the polygon tool, just select the items or the points that you don't want included. Hold the Control key on your keyboard and double click. And this right here. Okay, so let's try now the plane from selected points. And there we get a better fit. And we're working on ways to create these edges here, the corner that's missing on this. So let's call this one P5. Accept. And since we chose the point selection, we now need to clear those points. And I'm going to switch back to all data. And let's take a look at the front panel here. So we'll switch back over to the point tool. Click a point on the face of this electric box. Models, planar construction, plane from seed point. And that one did a pretty good job. Okay, I'm looking for one that's a little more difficult. Let's try switching over to the other side of the room. And let's take a look at maybe, let's see, how about this one that's MPB2. And let's start with the top there. Okay. Let's clear that. And let's just try the plane from seed point. Okay, so we have a similar situation where the plane, because these are practically at the same level, it's extending over here. So I'm going to remove that and choose the select from seed point option. And this shows us again the points that it's using to create that plane. So we're going to go and we're going to remove these from that selection, and we're going to add these here. So I'll click a point, select from seed point. I guess we can grab this here too if we want. Okay, and this back area. Okay, so now let's switch back to looking at just the selected points. And once again, we'll grab the polygon tool and deselect what we don't want to include in the planar construction. And then we'll choose plane from selected points. Call that one P7. Accept. Choose a folder to save it. And then clear the selected points. And these are the different plane fits so far. Okay, so now what we can do is go ahead and export these, and that's basically done by right-clicking on the plane fit and exporting to DXF. So now we'll take a look at the export in Rhino, and then we'll look at it in AutoCAD. At this time, we're not generating the surfaces, although that's something we're currently working on and hope to have that available soon. So for now, it's just the boundaries of the planar fits. And in Rhino, just create a planar surface. And just click on each of these. And create them that way. And then let's move over to AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, you'll first want to explode. And then select the items, and there'll be a surface patch. Choose curves, make your selection, click enter, and then enter to accept. And then just repeat this with each of the planar objects. All right, thank you for watching. Have a good day.